About
You try
that
to keep
time.
close to your chest, but shit, it hurt too much not to talk about it. Yeah, gotta talk about it. Y'all gotta understand. It's how real shit really is. I ain't saying no name, but they know. They know. What you know about no food in the kitchen? Mama knowing that them kids hungry. Daddy shooting heroin. Grandma in a nursing home. Uncle trying to school him to the streets, but he was too advanced. Bitch, he caught a body now, was seeming like he blew a chance. Had a down chick, but she was too young to bail him out. Could've be a boy, she was a black girl. Lost trials and tribulations, carried a torch, but I ain't proud of that. Smoking trying to top my high, feeling like I'm about to die. Look in the sky, tell God save me. I could've went to church maybe if I learned how to read, but I learned about needs first. The hunger pains is the word. Tired of wearing a hole in my sneakers and rock a dirty shirt. Tired of being teased cause we was shopping with the food stamp. Government name versus the hood clientele. Chop the bag it up. Coke solar well, now my life.
Let me bring that back. Let me bring that back. We about to get started. It's about that time. It's been a long time. Let's go.
Let me tell you a little bit about my life. Shit wasn't all gravy. Like, some stories you try to keep close to your chest, but shit, it hurt too much not to talk about it. Yeah, gotta talk about it. Y'all gotta understand. It's how real shit really is. I ain't saying no name, but they know. They know. What you know about no food in the kitchen? Mama knowing that them kids hungry. Daddy shooting heroin. Grandma in a nursing home. Uncle trying to school him to the streets, but he was too advanced. Bitch, he caught a body now, was seeming like he blew a chance. Had a down chick, but she was too young to bail him out. Could've be a boy, she was a black girl. Lost trials and tribulations, carried a torch, but I ain't proud of that. Smoking trying to top my high, feeling like I'm about to die. Look in the sky, tell God save me. I could've went to church maybe if I learned how to read, but I learned about needs first. The hunger pains is the word. Tired of wearing a hole in my sneakers and rock a dirty shirt. Tired of being teased cause we was shopping with the food stamp. Government name versus the hood clientele. Chop the bag it up. Coke solar well, now my life's slow. My life's hell, I ain't yell. My mama, why you had to fail? Man.
What up, though? What's going on? What's going on? Hopefully everybody having a good evening. I can't find my so thank you. I appreciate you for everybody tuning in. Sometimes you got things on your mind and you gotta get them off. You can't let things sit on your mind. For those that's joining my live for the first time, or if you returning, as you see, I don't got them goals in my mouth no more. My teeth is like had to go to the dentist and get a lot of teeth taken out. So that was kind of my delay, right? And that's really what I want to speak about. That was part of the reason why I wasn't on live. And then, I took the gold out my mouth and, I started getting work done on my teeth, got a lot of teeth pulled out. And I wasn't feeling, how would you say? I'm not going to say I was going through self-esteem issues, but we're conscious of our appearance. We're conscious in terms of how we come across, to people in general. And so I really wasn't feeling too good about, how my mouth was looking and, getting on camera with no teeth in my mouth. So, at the end of the day, I kind of had to work through that. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because a lot of people got things about themselves that they really don't like. Things that they wish they could change, things that make them feel down about themselves. And ultimately at the end of the day, you just gotta be you. You understand? Like be the best possible you that you could be for yourself. That's just really all that you could be. People gonna accept you or they not gonna accept you. And that's just it. Unfortunately, we're living in a world nowadays, with social media, Everybody seem like they doing good on social media. You think everybody doing good. People jump in front of the camera. They show a couple of dollars. They standing in front of a nice car. They take pictures of an Airbnb, and you think their life is lit. That's just all smoke and mirrors. Because some of those same people that be on social media and portraying this life and showing you this life like everything is good with them, they don't got no problems and no issues. They be facing eviction. Um, a couple of well-known, social media folk from Instagram, that this is just stories that I just seen recently. Um, it came out that they was portraying, fake lifestyles, phony lifestyles, trying to make the world believe that everything was good with them and they doing so good, and they life is really not that good. So for me, and the kind of individual that I am, I said to myself, like, I wouldn't be me if I wouldn't be my 100% self that I am. Because me having gold in my mouth, or me going through a phase where I'm about to get my mouth in order. I'm about to get a new mouth. I'm gonna get them implants. I still got a little bit of work that I gotta do. I'm working toward getting them implants. Them things is a bag though. It's it costs a couple of dollars, but that's something that I'm gonna be working towards. And this is me. This is my authentic self. It's no smoke and mirrors. I'm not trying to put on, no front or act like I'm somebody that I'm not. I'm just an individual that grew up in the hood, had to grow up fast, went through the streets, served some time in prison, came home, had a successful business, did very well. The pandemic knocked everything down, wipe it out, and you know how that go. You got to get it back. So that's my story. I'm a firm believer in the Lord Jesus Christ. I don't try to push that religion on nobody. I'm not a super Christian. I'm just somebody that's trying to better myself every day. Um, 8 said, how much it costs. So depending on where you go, right? Um, what I'm looking at right now with my dentist, it's gonna cost about 29,000 to get the top and the bottom implants. There's a couple of other options available. I don't too much know about veneers. I heard about veneers. I heard, they a decent thing, but I have missing teeth. I have to get a lot of teeth pulled out at the dentist, so once I finish taking, yeah, I'm gonna finish taking the rest of my teeth out, because at the top, I only got this one tooth here, and I only got this one tooth here, and on both sides of my mouth, top and bottom, all of those teeth is gone. Yeah, for 29,000. That's about how much, and that's on the cheap side. See, in New York, you got some dentists, they want 40, 50, $60,000 to get your whole mouth done. But when you get the implants, so the implants is they actually drill the screws, right? They drill the screws through your gums, top and bottom. They make the teeth, and then they fix the teeth to the screws, and they screw them in, and those is for life. So a lot of rappers, a lot of those celebrities that you come across, a lot of them, they got that work done. Because when you get, I'm 47 years old. I'm 47 years old. So one thing that's gonna happen is, as you age, you're gonna start having complications. You're gonna start having things going on in life that you gotta address. And that's just what it is. Some people, they choose not to take care of their health, and they pass away at a young age, and that's just what it is. So for me, again, this is my therapy. I'm a very confident individual otherwise. So this is just a little phase, a little transition. I'm gonna get over this. It doesn't change nothing about who I am as an individual. But I feel it's important to mention this because, like I said initially, a lot of people don't feel too good about themselves. A lot of people feel like, when they step out, they got to be dressed a certain way. Nowadays is with this generation and what's going on. As soon as people get some money, it's like they want to go buy a 40, 50, $60,000 chain, and buy a bust down watch, and buy an expensive car, and you're not even putting no money away for a rainy day. You don't You don't have a life insurance policy. You don't have health insurance. You don't have social security. You don't even got your priorities in order. A lot of these dudes that you see with this money, when they pass, their family is passing the plate and trying to do a GoFundMe to bury some of these dudes. You know, to bury some of these same individuals that you see wearing all of this gold and wearing all of this jewelry, and living this lifestyle, portraying the image like they doing well in life. Listen, the one thing about money that you gotta understand, if you don't understand it, is a person that goes out their way to try to show you how good they doing and how much money they got. 9 times out of 10, they don't got as much money as they say they got. Because if you got it, you don't got to show it. You know, um, and it's so many people, they talk about and they speak about being real and being authentic and keeping it real. At first I was, because I'm human, and I was like, man, I don't want to get in front of the camera with my teeth like this, man. People gonna clown me. People gonna talk about me. But even if my mouth was together, like when I had the goals in my mouth, I had the goals for 12, 13 years. So when I had the goals in my mouth, people was talking. They had something to say about that. Now, I don't got it in my mouth. My concern was, man, how do I get in front of the camera and speak to folk, and I ain't got no teeth in my mouth. So that kind of, kept me like, from in front of the camera for a minute. I was posting other videos, like motivational shorts and things of that nature. But then I was like, the best way to motivate people is to really just show them who I really am. Like being authentically me. I got a lot of information that I can share. I got a lot of things that I can teach people. And the same way I have hurdles, that I have to get over and I have to jump over. I want to encourage other people that no matter what the hurdle is, no matter what the obstacle is, no matter what it is that you're facing, man, just jump on over that and keep it moving. Born alone, die alone. Born alone, die alone. You was born by yourself and you gonna die by yourself. This world here, this is only a pit stop. You're gonna be here temporarily and then you're gonna go on, to the afterlife. So the most important thing to do is for you to live your life according to how you want to live your life and what makes you happy as an individual. That's what you want to do. When you go to bed at night, you got to be comfortable in your own skin. You got to be comfortable who you are as an individual. You can't be thinking about what other people think and what other people feel. You got to live your life. If it's destined for you, to not have much in life, enjoy the little bit that you have. If it's destined for you to have a lot in life, then you'll be able to do a lot more. If it's destined for you to pass away at a young age, that's gonna happen. If it's destined for you to live a long time, that's what's gonna happen. Whatever in life gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But the one thing that you can control is do you, enjoy what it is, enjoy what life you have. You have people in a prison. I was there. Um, I did 15 years in prison. It's something I'm not proud of. But I had to learn. But be it as it may, I know what that feels like to be in a cage, to be living in a space, the size of your bathroom. And this is and sometimes you sharing that space with somebody else. I know what that feel like. So me, and in the free world, I sometimes think about those times when I was in prison and how stressful that was and how frustrating that was and how bad I wanted to get out. And I said, I made a promise to myself. I said, man, I ain't going back. I'm gonna have to figure out another way. I'm not going back. And just through time and through patience, I made something of myself. And fortunately I ain't never have to go back. I did 15 years in prison. I've been out here 15, 16 years now. And life is beautiful, but I know what that life like, and I be watching a lot of these scenarios that I see play out, be it with uh rap artists beefing with each other, Everybody got ops now. Everybody want to ride and slide it. Well, not everybody, but it's some people mind are so consumed with destroying their lives or destroying people lives in the community because they don't know what's waiting for them. you know I know so many young rappers that were successful, that was doing real good in life. Then you turn around and you see them on the news. They facing 25 to life, or they got hit with a RICO, and it's just a constant cycle of people throwing their life away. So for me, I feel that it's my job, it's my duty, and my obligation, given the fact that I'm at the age that I'm at, to give back. To give some words of encouragement, to give some, you know, give some motivation, leave something to the world aside from the destruction that I created. Um, hmm Yeah. So, that's what it is. So for those of y'all that don't, for those of y'all who haven't seen me on social media for a while, that's the reason why I haven't been on social media. Eight from New York. Yeah, I'm from New York as well. Yeah, I did write a book. I actually got the book. I got the book done. Everything is situated. I got my own book publishing company. So I'm going to be publishing that book soon. I got two books actually. One is my life story, and the other one is my journey when I came home from prison, and I became successful in corporate America. So I have both of those books is done. Both of them is written. I have my own publishing company, like I said. And the reason why I've been like kind of holding off in terms of pushing the books is because I had my own business at one time. And it's not to say that I can't work for nobody else. I can work for somebody else. But given the age that I'm at and the fact, that I have kids, I want to build and create something that I could leave for my kids. So although I could put the books out now and, pretty much they be published by somebody else, I'll make money, but I won't be able to leave a legacy. So, I took the steps that I needed to take. Again, started the book publishing company. I wrote the books myself. The books is edited, everything is ready to go. It's a couple of more steps that I'm gonna take. I have a printer, but I want to get me a bigger printer, like an industry type printer that can, kind of mass produce. And I want to pretty much, print the books right from my house, bind the books, and send them out like that. Show myself that I could become successful in another field. And again, that's just part of me, seeking to motivate other people by sharing my stories and by sharing my experiences. I can tell people how to get a job. That's easy. All you got to do is go online and fill out an application, and you can get a job. You can make a couple of dollars, and you can go about your business. But a lot of us don't come from families that are well off. A lot of us don't come from, lives where we got a silver spoon in our mouth. And we could work a job, where we could take care of our bills and expenses, do a little things for our kids. And then after we pass away, the generation after us is still struggling. So, whereas you create a business, you teach your kids, about the business. They could become part of the business. They can help, run the business with you. And then once you pass along, you leaving them something where, your generations after them could be good. I understand that's not everybody goal and objective. Everybody don't want to be a successful business owner. Everybody don't want to be an entrepreneur. I don't knock it. You either gonna work. The two things is gonna happen is you're gonna work for yourself or you're gonna work for somebody else. Everybody gotta work, right? You're going to work. If you work for a company, you working along with the other people is making that company rich and is making somebody else family well off. So why not you put in the effort to do it yourself, to become well off yourself, you know? And that's kind of what I was faced with. And I said, well, I want to do something. I want to do something for myself that was never done, within my family, and that's create generational wealth. Um, I have a lot of information. I have a lot of things that I want to share. The live that I used to go live, some time back before I started having the complications with my mouth. Had a nice community. I was sharing information, and I'm gonna do the same thing in the future. So if at any time anybody have any questions, any comments, if you want to start your own business, if you trying to decide how to go about starting your own business, you want to pick up some tips, I'm gonna give you the information. All you got to do is drop a comment. Let me know what your concerns up, and I'll address them to the best of my ability. Or you can hit me on Insta. You can follow me on Instagram, and you can hit me on a DM. And I have no problem assisting you trying to make your dreams a reality. Um, what kind of business you started? You said you 8. You said you from New York, right? If I'm not mistaken, you say you from New York. Okay. Okay. So, are you familiar with Lower Manhattan, downtown Battery Park, where the Staten Island Ferry is, and Bowling Green train station? You got all of the ticket agents out there selling tickets for the tours. Yeah, you familiar with that? Okay. I'm one of the individuals that created that. I'm one of the individuals that created that. So all of those people that you see down there working now, I'm one of the individuals that created that. Yeah, so that's how I am. That's who I am. Um, all of that's covered in the book. And any of those ticket agents and people that work down there now, well, most of them, because it's a lot of new people, but I created that opportunity. Me and another individual who I was locked up with, we was in prison together, and we came up with a plan of what we was gonna do when we get out here, and we got an opportunity to get a job working in that industry. And then, we moved our way up to the point where we created our own business. We created our own company. And when we went down there to the Battery Park area, this we talking like 2011, it wasn't many ticket agents down there. It was only a couple of ticket agents. But make a long story short, we went down there, and we was working for a company at first when we first went down there in 2011. But when we went back down there in 2013, after we started our own company, by 2015, going into 2016, I was a millionaire. I had over 100 and something employees, had an office, right there on Wall Street, making $25,000-$30,000 a day. It was crazy. And, life was good. The pandemic hit, shut everything down, and it opened back up, to where now people are back down there making money. But for me, it'll be going backwards, because what I was able to accomplish, it will never be done again. I'm the reason why that's available right now. And what me and my partner did was, we were still on parole at the time. So we had to report to a parole officer every week. And what we were doing is we were recruiting people from out of the parole offices, telling the parole officers, listen, if you got anybody that need a job, anybody that need employment, we'll give them a job. So we were hiring people out of the parole office. We were hiring people, that just came home from prison. We were going to all of the temp agencies, letting them know, that we hiring. It was people that was walking down the street, asking how could they get a job, how could they get put on. We was hiring people on the spot. I remember hiring people that was homeless, sleeping on the streets, you know. And then the individuals that we hired, they told people, in the hood, in their neighborhood, about the job, about the opportunity, and then those people, you know, they brung more people down. And before you knew it, dudes wasn't selling drugs, dudes wasn't robbing nobody in the hood no more. Dudes, they came down there and they got a job. And they was making good money. You had dude on the average, dudes was making 800, 900, 1,000, $1,500 a day for their own pocket, you know? Um, yeah, so that's pretty much what I did. And I dabbled and dabbled in real estate. Um, yeah, I definitely changed lives. And because of the opportunity that I created, this is why that opportunity is still available right now to other people. I can go back down there now and make money. I just won't be in the position that I was before. So this is why it doesn't make sense for me. I'm challenging myself, to do something else so I can create more opportunities, you know? Because the money that they making now is not the same as what we was making before. Um, a lot happened down there. I actually got shot down there. You know, dudes was trying to move me out of position. So I got shot. I got shot and another lady got shot. Um, you can look that up in the newspaper. That happened in 2017. That was in the newspaper. That was all over the news. I was in a high speed chase going over the Brooklyn Bridge. My boy was taking me to the hospital after I got shot. Police pulled us over. He dipped on police and um, they chased us to the hospital. So, I have a very, very interesting story, but nowadays I'm all about motivation and upliftment. And everything I say could be verified, and the book is pretty much gonna tell a whole story. It don't make no sense now to, be trying to fill in all of the details on a live video and things of that nature, because when the book drop, pretty much it's gonna tell a whole story. If you don't mind, what was you locked up for? I was locked up for attempted murder. Was locked up for attempted murder, robbery, weapons possession, things of that nature. Yeah. And that's just a result of like growing up in the inner city, growing up in the hood. I'm Brooklyn born and raised. Lived in Harlem. Lived in Queens. Queens is like my second home. Queens get the money. And I think it's important that as you get older, you have to give back. You understand? You got to give back. You shouldn't want to live your life um and get older and survive and not want to leave a roadmap, not want to leave no information for nobody that's coming up after you, to um follow by so that they could become successful. Because in my generation, well, I'm not even gonna say in my generation, but me growing up, I grew up in the 80s, in the early 80s. I was a young kid in the early 80s, and me and my friends' role models was the drug dealers. That's when crack cocaine was out there heavy. It was a lot of money being made. It was a lot of gangster activities going on. And kids my age and kids that grew up in my neighborhood, that's what we is mesmerized by. So a lot of the 80s babies was molded by what we saw out in society. And then, we was taught you know, the streets and running the streets and everything that came with that. And unfortunately, a lot of us threw our lives away. Some threw our lives away, and others lost their lives. I was fortunate, to not have lost my life. I'm still here. So this is what I do. This is what I do to give back. This is what I want to do to give back. And um I do motivational videos. I have my little short videos. I just started a series that you could also check out on my YouTube. It's called, kicking it with Uncle Tyrone. I'm on the third episode right now. That's I'm gonna be giving some jewels and some information there as well. And I know, look, I get it. A lot of people don't come on YouTube and don't come on social media to learn nothing. They don't want to be motivated. They think they know everything. They think they got life all figured out. And you know, so if you're not talking what they want to hear, then they don't want to listen, and that's all good. I'm talking for those that want to hear, because it's a lot that want to learn. It's a lot that the information that I have, and my life experiences, it could definitely affect them in a positive way. Tom, shout out to Tom. Peace. We got Tom in the building. That's Mr. UK himself. Wells in the building. UK, stand up. Ace said, I understand life is about the journey, not the destination. We up, brother. Peace over. Yeah, life is definitely about the journey. And some people are fortunate. Some people are fortunate to, to kind of be able to live long enough to explore the journey in depth. I got most of the people, most of those that I grew up with, and that were my personal friends. A lot of them is dead and gone. They didn't get an opportunity to do and to see half of what I saw. And it's just so sad that some of the same things is going on in this generation too. In this generation, it's way more opportunities than it was in the 80s and the 90s. Is way more opportunity. And you want to know the saddest thing? This is the saddest thing that I see with my eyes, so I know y'all see it too. If you look at a lot of successful music recording artists, because that's one of the top professions out there right now, that people making money off of, females and males. If you look at some of these successful artists, right, when they get, what, be it you call it lit, you call it on a deal, whatever it is that you want to call it. Look, this is all you're gonna see them doing: flashing money on social media, right? Putting some gold or and some diamonds or some platinum in their mouth, right? They're gonna buy these expensive, overpriced chains because the jewelers see you coming. It's some game about the jewelers that a lot of people don't know. But you're gonna go buy a chain for 30, 40, 50, $100,000, right? You're gonna start doing the drugs that's popular, the drugs that you hearing about, the lean, the molly, the yerks. You're gonna start doing this, and you're gonna stay in the hood. You're gonna stay in the hood until you catch a gun case or until you catch a murder case. You're gonna go to jail, and you're gonna lose everything that you've been working for. My question is this: Why is it that all of these artists that are becoming successful, they stay in the hood, they spend all of this money on vehicles, on jewelry to look good, and they stay in the hood? It's nobody teaching about investment. If they buy a house, they buy a house right next door in Jersey. If they buy a house, they buy a house right there in New Jersey. And unfortunately, it's nobody is teaching this generation nothing. Nobody is teaching them, because the older generation is trying to be like the young generation. The old generation is trying to do what the young dudes is doing. The young dudes then figured out how to get some money, how to get to a bag, how to situate their life. They figured that out. Now the older dudes from the previous generation, from my generation, a lot of them is washed up. A lot of them don't have nothing to offer this generation. A lot of them still talk like they don't got no sense. They don't have no goals. They don't have no priorities. They don't have no hustle. So they trying to follow the young generation. The young generation is in control right now. When you reach a certain age, and this is for men and women, when you reach a certain age, you're supposed to be an example. Like I remember growing up, we had aunts and uncles that we went to if we had a problem, if we had an issue, like they were responsible individuals. The aunts and the uncles didn't hang out in the hood all day. They hung out with their little friends, but they had a job. They had priorities. They was handling responsibilities. So we had an example, somebody that we could learn something from. If something happened with our parents, we either lived with our aunts and uncles or our grandparents. Nowadays, the aunts and the uncles is on the block with the young kids. The aunts and uncles is in the clubs. The grandparents is young. They're not like the grandparents of old. So this generation, they don't have nobody to turn to, They don't have nobody to turn to. It's like nobody want to be an example no more. Nobody want to be an example. An example of something, good. It's sad because it's like there's no hope. There's no hope. Everything you hear about now, especially in New York, that wherever you from in the United States, the only thing you hear about now is drilling, rapping, sports, scamming, getting some type of money, doing drugs. That's all you hear. Like that's the only thing that life have to offer. And we surprised why the younger generation, they're not changing, or they're not picking up, nothing that we putting down, because ain't nobody teaching them nothing. Even on social media, if you look at some of the older dudes and individuals that's on social media, you know, it's just it'd be a lot going on, you know, it'd be a lot going on. I'm not a preacher. Um, I'm nobody's teacher. I'm just an individual that came from a certain lifestyle, certain circumstances, and I made a choice, to do something better with my life, do something better with myself, and it wasn't easy. And for the people that be watching my motivational videos, and be making comments and so forth and so on, I'm not a super Christian. I'm an individual that I'm focusing on getting my life in order. So yes, Jesus Christ is my Lord and personal Savior. I'm not perfect. You know, I know the Bible. I know certain things, but I'm not a super Christian. So don't expect me to uh don't expect me to walk a line that you feel other people might walk. I'm just an individual. I'm just I'm learning as I go, and I know what I experience. I know where I'm trying to go in life, so I move accordingly. I act accordingly. You understand what I'm saying? But hopefully everybody good out there. This is the first live that I'm doing in a few months. We had a nice little squad before. As I continue to go live, everybody gonna come back. But what I ask is, use me, utilize me, right? It don't matter what age you are. What I mean by use me and utilize me is, if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you having any trouble or any issues in life, and you need guidance and direction, and you looking for answers, I'm a very knowledgeable individual. you know I know a lot, and I'm willing to help, and I'm willing to assist anybody that I can. In terms of offering information. I can't offer you no job right now. There was a time where I could offer you some employment, and dealing with me in a month you will have $50,000 the legit way. You know, I'm just not in that position no more. And it was fun while it lasted. When you read the book, you're gonna be like, oh wow. Um, and I come from where a lot of us come from, and I was able to make it happen. It's just not time to share all of that story just yet. Just give me time. We'll get there. But hopefully everybody good. Hopefully everybody doing well. I just wanted to pop in, you know, pop in and let everybody know I'm good. The reason why I haven't been on live as much lately is because I've been trying to get my furniture in order. Um, been trying to do that there. And for the people out there, the older people, those that are living responsible and those that are taking care of their kids and those that are teaching their kids something and being, aunts and uncles, being an inspiration, to their relative. I want to say hats off to you. I know y'all don't get mentioned, much. Y'all don't get mentioned a lot. Um, y'all don't get acknowledged a lot because there's not too many of y'all out there. But you know, at the end of the day, man, continue to do the job that you're doing, and I'm gonna continue to do the job that I'm doing, and hopefully, you know, hopefully we can make a difference. You know what I'm talking about? Hopefully we can make a difference. And I wanted to talk about something today. I believe I had wrote a couple of things down. I wanted to talk about a couple of things today, but it's been a crazy. But yeah, so that's what it is. That's all. That's it. But listen, be sure to check out my motivational videos. I do those every day. Those be the short videos. I just started the series, Uncle Tyrone, kicking it with Uncle Tyrone. So you can check that. And it's gonna be a whole lot more coming. I'm about to drop the book soon. I'm about to drop the book soon. It's just a couple of more things that I'm working on, and that's gonna be out there. And like I was saying initially, in terms of the people, who may have certain issues, certain self-esteem issues and things of that nature that they going through. Like, man, don't worry about it. You good. Uh-oh. Sweet Like Honey is in the building. What's going on, sis? How you doing? How you doing? I told you I was gonna be back in the building Monday. Everybody's not here. Tom popped in for a minute, but in terms of a lot of people, they ain't popping as of yet because we just getting back in here. But shout out to you, shout out to you. And so what's been going on? I told you I wanted the tea. What's been going on? What's been going on? You said you was going through a divorce. We gotta know what's going on. But what's happening that you going through? What's happening that you going through a divorce? It was all good just a week ago. It was all good just a week ago. Tom, what's going on with you? And Tom, I hit you back. I called you like 4 or 5 times the other day. I called you like 4 or 5 times the other day. Um, Sweet like Honey said, and I know hate is an ugly word. Whoa, it got like that, man. Why did it get like that? That sound kind of serious. Hopefully, hopefully everything work out. Hopefully everything work out well. But cause I know last time we spoke, you said that your husband he was about to go to jail. He had to do some time or whatever. So is it because he decided to be unfaithful? I went through his phone, found all kinds of. He totally denies it. Wow. And y'all was doing so. Yeah. Oh, so you went through. So you went through his phone when he was locked up. Is that how you found the information? Going through his phone when he was locked up? Or he was still home when you had went through his phone? Like how did that play out? Yeah, I know you went through the phone, but my question is, did you go through the phone? Did you go through the phone when he got locked up, or was he still free? Was he still out here in society when you went through his phone? If you don't mind sharing, he was stupid enough to leave his phone open. He's still locked up. Wow. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But how long was y'all together? If you don't mind me asking, how long was y'all together before the how long was y'all in a relationship? Cause y'all married. How long altogether? How long was y'all together? How long was y'all in a relationship? I'm being nosy right now. I told you I wanted the tea. I know it's been a while. Um, we gonna try to get the squad back online, as many, as many people from the squad as we can, and it's gonna be jumping. It's gonna be jumping all over again. So don't worry about it. 13 years. That's a long time. That's a long time. So now I'm gonna ask you a real question. I'm gonna ask you a real question because um I remember that you were so excited, and you always had so much good things to say, about your husband. And that was at a time where you didn't know all of these things that you know now, right? So had he not left his phone open, and had you not found out that information, the stuff that you found out, y'all would still be together. You would still be happy, right or wrong. He was living two different lives. Um, some guys do, some guys do. Some females do as well now. Some females do as well. And so as a result of the stuff that you found out, so that's what kind of created, like the drama and the negative energy that y'all going through in the relationship. Is that's what created it? To be honest, I have not been happy for the past 10 years. Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. So you haven't been happy the past 10 years out of the 13 y'all was together. Wow. See, I was about to put on the preacher man cape, and preach, can we just be friends? You know? I was gonna try to advocate to I was gonna try to advocate to, like, man, y'all go ahead and, try to fix that. But you said you've been going through it for the past 10 years, so I don't know. That's hard. That's hard. But my heart goes out to you, you know, and but I don't think like hate is I don't think hate is the I don't think hate is the thing that you should be feeling. I wasn't secure money wise, so I put up with his shit. But now I gotta go. Yo, and sweet like honey, that's why you my sis, and that's why I rock with you the way that I rock with you, because you keep it 100, you keep it Green Street. For anybody that didn't see the comment, sweet like honey said she wasn't secure money wise, so she put up with the BS. But now she got a good paying job, and she don't need it. Um, and And I appreciate that comment. I appreciate that comment because it's real. Um, that's a lot of people experience that. A lot of people experience that, especially females. Though females, they would stay in a relationship with a person that they hate, they can't stand, and that they not happy with. They would stay in that relationship, for security. And then once they get on their feet, it's like it is what it is. I mean, this is life. This is real life. So I appreciate you sharing that. And like I said, I hope everything work out with you. But my question is, um, is he trying to get you back? Like, has he been I hate this. No, don't look. The reason why you shouldn't hate him, right, is you shouldn't let hate is a very strong word, right? But you shouldn't let certain feelings consume your heart. You know, you shouldn't let certain feelings consume your heart. You don't like what he did. You feel he played you. All right, so now you go on and live your life. Go on and live your life, and do what you got to do. He knew that I loved him for taking care of me. Yeah, I mean, a man sometimes, you know there's a lot of men out there that's not faithful, but they'll take care of home. They'll take care of home, and that's no excuse. That's no justification. But you know it's just some guys. That's just how they live their life. Hate is very ugly, but he made his bed and now he has to lay in it. Period. Point blank. Okay, I'm with you on that. I'm with you. If you feel like he betrayed you and you feel like you gotta move on with your life and you gotta do your thing and ain't no love there, consider this, right? Because a lot of people, they don't look at this side of the game, right? Okay, so you said y'all was together 13 years and he took care of you and he made sure that you were straight. The only reason you know about his infidelity right now is because he's in jail and he left the phone open. Okay, cat is out of the bag. I get that part. I get that part. But he took care of you and he held you down for all of these years. So now, given the fact that he's in jail and he's in a position where he may need, that love and somebody, to be there for him. Do you think that at the minimal, even if you're not going to be with him, even if you feel it's over, you don't think at the minimal that you should, at least see about that man and make sure, he got some money on his books, and if he needs something, to the best of your ability, try to take care of that while he in there? I don't give a F. He can burn, and wow. I get it. I get it. That's your truth. But you don't feel just a little bit like, man, he held me down. I should try to be there for him. Even if you don't be with him no more. Even if the relationship is over. You don't think that, like, I mean, he held you down for what, 10 years you said? So you don't think like you should at least try to be there for him? Not in terms of a relationship, but just like he made sure I was straight. He made sure I was good. So I'm gonna make sure he good while he in there. And then when he get out, he can go about his business. So you don't feel like a little something in your heart, like, man, I should at least try to be there. I should at least try to be there for him while he doing a bid. Let me know. Let me know. And so that's one of those things. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and it's only right, I know that when it comes to infidelity, you know, some people like they take that really, really to heart, so I get that. Um, thank you, sis. I appreciate you. And I'm saying that even if he don't say it, I'm saying it because it's like doing time is it's not easy, it's hard. So even if you're not gonna be with the man, still, thank you for that. Still, send him a couple of dollars, make sure he got a little something on the books, try to write him every once in a while. Um, and hold him down like he held you down. He messed up. He messed up. And you gotta take him through it. You got to take them through it, but y'all gonna work through it. You know, that's because you always came across as a stand up woman. As a stand up female, and I know it's hurtful. I know you feel hurt, and but don't hate him. You know, some dudes just don't know what they got until it's gone. But y'all got a lot of history. So even if y'all got a lot of history and y'all got a child together. So even if you feel like you're not gonna be with him in the future, you could still show him like, I well, um, I'm a hold you down like you held me down, and I'm gonna take care of this child, and um, that grown and mature thing like that there. And it's like, wow, the holidays, it's not good. But a lot of people be going through that though. This right now, around this time, the holidays, a lot of people be breaking up. You know, a lot of people be breaking up, and some dudes, they like them streets. Some dudes they like them streets more than they like their freedom. So it'd be crazy. I told him we could co-parent. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, but hate is a strong word. We don't want to be consumed, by that. We don't want to hate nobody. I understand what you're saying though. You dislike like what he put you through and how he treated you and stuff like that. I get that part. I understand that. But, you're a real one for holding them down. You're a real one for holding them down. Okay, you said you hate his guts. All right. Why? Why you hate his guts? Let me know. Why do you hate his guts? This is what I want to know. Why do you hate his guts? Because if you never found the phone, I mean, if you never went through the phone, you wouldn't know what you know now. But you do know. So, but why do you hate his guts? This is what I want to know. And look, anybody looking at this, this is a female. Um, this is a female who's like she feel betrayed. She feel betrayed by the person that she was with for all of these years, and like this is, so this is how females really be feeling. This is what they go through. This is what they experience. So for you dudes out there, how you live in your double and you live in your triple lives and stuff like that. This is an example to show you, man, how females be affected by what be going on. You know, and that's a lot of different feelings that you feeling. You feel you feel free. You feel at peace. You feel rage when you talk to him. You feel you lost yourself with him. You know, aside from the infidelity, your first husband you talk. So this is your second husband. You was married twice. You said your first husband you took. This is your second husband? Was you married twice? Because you said your first husband y'all took. So this is your second husband? Oh, second husband? Okay. But who said they gonna be there for you? The second husband or the first husband? Who said they gonna be there for you? I'm nosy. I'm trying to get all in your business, but this is how relationships play out. So I'm thankful that you sharing this so that people could see and they could understand, like, this is what females experience. You looking for a don't be don't be looking for no third husband. Don't be looking for no third husband. Well, I can't tell you what to look for, but ultimately the goal is to be happy, but try to resolve, try to resolve, try to resolve those feelings that you have with him before before you try to find another relationship. Because I don't know if you watched the video that I did earlier today, kicking it with Uncle Tyrone, episode 3, right? And I was talking about how why people why people single in 2023, right? Well, why people are single in 2024. That's what I was talking about. And I stated in that video, I said one of the reasons why people are single is because they have unresolved relationship issues. So before you look for another relationship or before you look for marriage number 3, try to resolve those issues. Try to get closure in terms of your feelings towards him before you move on, because otherwise you're going to bring that anger and you're going to be bringing that stuff to a new relationship. um Dudes be hitting me up on YouTube. LOL, they from LA. Yeah, but that's the one thing about females is, dudes is always going to try to hit you up, but it's like, what's the intentionality behind it? What's the intentionality behind it? And you was in a relationship for 10 years and you didn't know what was going on with him. So that means you wasn't really paying attention. You wasn't really paying attention to what was going on. Oh, that's fair. That's fair to move on, but try to resolve your feelings first before you move on. Like the anger, the resentment, the pain, and stuff like that. Try to resolve those things before you move on to another relationship, because if you don't, those feelings is gonna resurface. You understand? Try to get closure first. If you plan on moving on, I'm not advocating one way or another. I'm just responding to what it is that you're saying. But if you feel like you gonna move on and you want to move on, seek to resolve this relationship first. Like if you're gonna get a divorce, get the divorce, finalize it, be on the same page with him in terms of, okay, y'all broken up, y'all splitting up, ain't no feelings, y'all just gonna co-parent, like have those things situated. Because a lot of times what happened is you may broke up with somebody, right? um and you may say you moving on, but they didn't move on, right? They didn't move on, and then he come home from prison and thinking y'all gonna get back together, and now you in a relationship with somebody else, and then now the new somebody that you with gonna have drama with your old significant other, and it's gonna be a crazy situation. Wavy Tyrone is in the building. Shout it out, my boy. Hopefully all is good with you. Shout it out, shout it out. And I agree with you. Moving on is better. Sometimes moving on is better. And I'm not advocating, I'm not saying that she should work it out. I'm saying more so that she should try to resolve the feelings. I don't know if you know what I mean by that, meaning like get closure where they both on the same page in terms of, okay, we done, it's no feelings there, it's nothing to work on, we gonna go our separate ways. Cause you know what be happening, Wavy Tyrone? What be happening is, like, you see what Honey going through right now. She going through a breakup. Okay, she told her husband she broke up, she don't want to be with him, whatever. Now, I'm gonna use you an example, Wavy Tyrone. Now you and Honey, now y'all get together. Now you in a relationship, and now y'all feelings then been developing for each other. Everything is looking good. You thinking y'all gonna move on and have a happy relationship, and now the husband come from jail and he wants smoke with you, or you got drama, you got issues with him, or he want to fight her, or he want to do her something, and now you in a predicament where it's like, okay, is you gonna let him do something to your girl? So that's how a lot of crazy situations be created. That's how a lot of crazy situations be created in this world. You know what I'm saying? And then it get domestic, and it get crazy. You know. And Wavy, what's been going on with you, my boy? As you see, I don't got them goals in my mouth, man. I decided that I'm gonna act my age, and get them goals out and get my mouth done, and um so that's why I ain't got, what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So I've been going through a rough time too, because I ain't been smiling the same. I've been going through it, but like you said, we pushing through. But what's been going on? What's been going on with you? How school and how life been treating you? Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, but we human. We human, and come on, nobody, you don't want to be talking to somebody and open your mouth and you're trying to smile and you be like this. It's not a good look. But I'm cool with it now. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it now. I just went to the dentist this week that passed, and I got a couple of more dentist appointments, to get the rest of these teeth out. And and then I'm gonna work towards these implants. Every time I think I might drop out of school. I just need to focus on myself. Um, okay. So now we gotta have the conversation, right? We gotta have the conversation, Mr. Wavy. Um, so what's the reason you want to drop out of school? Is it because you going to school and you not focused on your education because you got like the streets and so much other stuff, going on? Um, because usually school is not an issue. What you got ops in the school to where it's issues and it's problems and stuff like that you feel, you may have to catch a case if you decide to stay in school. Like, you don't gotta go into details, but like what's I'm trying to understand where you're coming from. You said street life been stressing lately. Um, so you still in the mud with it? And this is the reason why I needed to get back on live, so I could connect with my folks, you know. Um, this is why I need to connect. Yeah, tell me what's going on. Tell me what's been going on. Wavy, you still in the mud with it. and where school is it's looking real oppy outside. What's that word? And and see, this is, and remember, I ain't gonna preach to you. I don't be on that. But remember, remember in the past I was talking about, like, it's a lot that come with them streets. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot that come with them streets. And if you got ops, you can't, if you got ops, your ops ain't gonna look at life like, okay, he's in school, so we not gonna do nothing to him until he come from school. Like, yo, it's different out there right now, my boy. It's different out there. And you had just got hit up last year. You got an opportunity. You got an opportunity to get another, you got an opportunity to get another. Everyone looking at snakes to me, even my closest homeboy. Because that's what that life like, man. That's what that life be like, Mr. Wavy. It's like ain't nothing good about that life. It be cool sometimes, but ain't nothing good about that life. What's up with what's good with Tay? What's good with Tay? What's good with your boy Tay? Y'all still rocking? You still rocking with your boy Tay? Yeah, that's who I'm looking for too. Tom, Denise, and Shirley. I mean, this is our first time being back on in a minute, so hopefully they get them notifications and they'll pull up. But we gonna be back in the building. I'm gonna try to stay on. What? Tay backstabbed you? That's crazy. But I thought you was living with Tay. So did you move back home, or you still out there, in VA where Tay live at? Because I think you said you was from LA or something like that, right? And my question is this, Wavy. So if you stop going to school, what are you gonna do? What you gonna do with your time, and what you gonna do with your life if you stop going to school? Because that education is important. Yo, erase that last comment, my boy. Erase that last comment. Delete that last comment. Delete your last comment. Let me see if I go. Wavy, delete that last comment, man. Good looking. Appreciate you. Um, yeah, it's a lot going on, but I need you to. What's your game plan? Let me hear your game plan. Cause you saying the streets is it what you talking about in terms of being backstabbed and being backdoored and jumped and all that comes with the streets. That comes with the streets. So I'm not surprised by that. But based on what you experienced and based on what you feeling, my question is, what's your game plan? What's gonna be your game plan? What's gonna be your game plan? And Light Skin Tay used to be in the chat. Hopefully he pull up. Hopefully he get back on deck so I could holler at him, cause I mean y'all sound like y'all was muddies, you know? It sound like y'all was muddies, like y'all was good. But yeah, so tell me what's your game plan. So Sweet Like Honey, I got a question for you. Um, how much time do your husband gotta do? How much time do your husband gotta do? Yeah, exactly. That's why he was your closest one. That's why I I don't see that. I don't see that. I don't see that, Ty. I'm honestly, I don't see that. That was your mud buddy, and it's you gotta ask yourself, what do he benefit from backdooring you like that? Like, did y'all have a fallout or something? Did you and Tay have a fallout before this that make you think that he backdoored you? Okay, you said I'm looking for someone that's gonna love me for me, not for my looks. I know I got looks, but that's not all I'm about. Where are you looking? Where are you looking for the men at? You know? It's about partnership and it's about teamwork, you know? Teamwork make the dream work. Right, but okay. Oh, okay, 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 okay. I just I don't know. I don't get that that feeling. I don't get that feeling from him, Tyrone. I don't get that feeling. I don't get that feeling. I ain't get that vibe from him, you know? And usually like when my energy, I could feel certain energy. And I didn't get that energy that he was that kind of person. Um I didn't get that kind of energy from him, you know? And then this is the thing that you gotta ask yourself, right, Wavy? This is what you gotta ask yourself. Okay, y'all had that conversation. He told you he was gonna get on what he's on. Now, since that happened to you, is he back on now? Do he got money? Do he look like, you know, like he doing a little better since you got backdoored? Because this is kind of this is, you know, the things that you gotta kind of process. Like he was saying what he was saying, and that happened with you. So now, is he doing better? 6 months he's doing. He doing sweet. He doing a light. He doing a light bid. He doing a light bid. Nah, you can't leave him for dead. Like you can't leave him for dead. He only doing 6 months. He got a hop, skip, and a jump. He gonna be out. All right. So Wavy. Okay. So So think about that, Wavy. This what I'm saying. Think about that. You gotta think about that, my boy. If he told you he was desperate, he was on, so he was gonna get on demon time, he is gonna start, you know what I'm saying? But now he doing worse. So that means 9 times out of 10, he didn't backdoor you. Because if he backdoored you, he would have been doing better. Because he would have came up on them things and, he would have been able to move them things. Or he would have been able to make a couple of moves with them things. And he would have been good money. So if he doing worse, 9 times out of 10, he ain't backdoor you. It's you got to be careful who you be letting know certain stuff about you. And if you out there doing dirt, my boy, you know what I'm saying, then sometimes things be coming back to you. But nobody should know where you keep your guitars, man. Nobody should know that. And you said all of them, like uh he missed the spinach. He missed the spinach. So this is the stuff that you gotta now. What I want you to do is I want you to take 5 seconds right now, right? Take 5 seconds right now and process all of this. You see all of this that you're going through in the streets. Do you honestly think it's worth it to continue to play in them streets? Because this is what the streets come with. The streets come with a lot of drama. The streets come with a lot of headaches. The streets come with a lot of ups and downs. This is what comes with it. I know you ain't have a contract, where you read everything that was going to come with the streets and you signed on the dotted line and say, okay, I'm with this, I'm with this, I'm with this, I'm for this, I'm for this, I can handle this, I can handle this. I know you didn't sign one of those contracts, but when you choose to play in the streets, these are some of the things that it come with. And it get darker than this. This is why I was telling you before, like, yo, focus on your education, get your education, leave that other stuff alone, and go ahead and live your life. You remember what happened on the first day of school? That was one of your boys. So it's like, you got to look at how you moving. Look at how you moving and grooving, looking at how you talking, looking at how you dealing with people. Because some things that happens in life, a lot of times it be the results of our own actions. It be things that we be doing. And certain things come about. I'm not saying that in a way where I'm blaming you for anything that goes on. But the two things that I'm saying is this. Look at all of this stuff that's going on and ask yourself, is this what you want to keep going through for the rest of your life? That's for one. And for two, look at how you move. Yeah, but he probably, but Ty, you got to understand, look, he probably changing up a lot because he's stressed. Both of y'all young, and old girl saying she got a baby on the way. And y'all still young, so he don't even understand that she probably saying that is his because she could have been smashing somebody else. She could have been smashing one of the homies, you know what I'm saying? And they don't want nothing to do with her. And she putting on him. Tay don't know that baby is his until that baby come out and he get that DNA test. So that's what you need to tell him first and foremost. That's what you got to tell him. Like, man, listen, you my boy. I rock with you, but you know what I'm saying? See what's up with him, See how he feeling, talk to him, see why he going through what he going through. But I need you to move a little different, my boy. Don't give up on school. Change school Okay. Change schools before you give up on school, Ty. If that's in your power to do, change schools before you decide to give up on school. And I'm telling you, man, think about that life that you live in. You got to think about that life that you live in. A lot of what you going through, that's what be happening in the streets. You know, it's dark out there. It's ugly out there. That's not what it is. You know, that's not what it is. Once you get out the hood, they still will be out looking for you. Yo, Wavy, I wish I had my book out. I wish I had my book out right now. I wish I had my book out right now so you can read my story. I wish I had my book out right now so you can read my story. And Fulio circumstances is different, right? Because Fulio is dissing people dead. Fulio was dissing people dead homies. He was taunting his ops. And his clique was into it with another clique. But he posted his birthday party. Remember, he's a rap artist. He had a show. So they knew he was going to be at that show. Then he posted his location. So they knew where he was at. You got to remember, they drove from Broward to Tampa. I don't know if you've been following the story. The only way they knew he was in Tampa is him posting his location. Your circumstances is different. You may got ops, you may got situations going on like where you from, but when you leave that, it ain't nobody going, come on, man. Nah. Because if it was that serious, if they wanted you that bad, they would try to get at you right now. You wouldn't even be on his live talking. If they gonna leave from where y'all at and go somewhere else to look for you, they would try to get at you right now. So that logic is not working. Ty, trust, look, I was knee deep in it. I was swinging them things like guitars. I was with all smoke, all recreation. I ain't duck none. I was with it all. You feel what I'm saying? I was with it all. Trust me, I was in the field. I was in the field. You know? And then I went to prison. I came home. I've been out here 15 years, almost 16 years. You know? And I don't live in the same area that I was living in back then because see, when you, this is what I'm saying, a lot of you young brothers, this is why y'all need somebody older, to talk to. This is why y'all need somebody older to put y'all on, to life and how to move and what's important and stuff like that. Look, I used to think the same way. I used to feel the same way. When I was released, I had ops. I had ops. I just decided, I said, you know what? I'm going to change my location. I'm gonna live in a different area. I'm gonna live in a different environment. And of course, I'm gonna be ready for whatever. You get what I'm saying? And I was running around, I was moving around, I was outside, I was shaking, moving, and grooving, and I'm still here because I decided to focus my life in another direction. You understand? Me being locked up and being around a lot of older dudes, they schooled me to a lot of things. They taught me how to move. Like, yo, listen, One thing that you don't do is you don't beef with dudes that live in your neighborhood. Why you don't beef with dudes that live in your neighborhood? Because most everybody that live in your neighborhood know where you live or know somebody that know you so they could get next to you. You don't never supposed to be beefing with nobody in your hood. You don't never supposed to be getting into it with people that are close to you when you in the streets. Because if y'all got bad blood, that'll be the first one to tell the ops where you at. Or they gonna line you up. But I think some of it has to do, Tyrone, with you have to take a little responsibility for your actions. I don't know everything about you, but it's just kind of crazy to like when I think back, right? When on the first day of school, you got in a situation with one of your boys. And you said because, you know what I'm saying, y'all was going back and forth. So that's something that you got to think about. Okay, if maybe the way that you talking, the way that you dealing, the way that you moving, maybe you putting yourself in situations, but you're not supposed to be beefing with the homies. You're not supposed to be going at it with, with your muddies, with the ones, that's supposed to be standing with you. Because if you ever get into an issue and you got beef with your homies, who gonna ride with you? Who gonna ride with you? So I'm not saying that it's your fault or, you know, you the cause of it, but think about it. Just think about this for a second. Think about what I'm about to say. And the first day of school, you got into it with one of your boys, which was one of your friends. Right now, you saying you at odds with Tay because you think he had something to do with. These supposed to be two of your boys. So sometimes we gotta, we gotta look at ourselves and see, okay, what can I do? What can I do different? You know, I need to tighten up on how I'm moving, the way I'm moving. Sometimes that's what it is. You said you like my shirt? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It says, learn to love. Well, I can't read it because it's upside down. But yeah, it got some words and stuff on it. Now, Miss Sweet Like Honey, let me get back to you. Yeah, wait, so think about what I'm saying and let me know what's good. So now, Miss Sweet Like Honey, Miss Honey, let me holler at you for a second. Let me pull you in front of the congregation so we can have a conversation. All right. So you just said that hold on for a second. You was having a conversation with your first husband. What the? See, in this and look. So right then and there, you don't see like, okay, kind of what you putting yourself in the middle of, like, and in the long run, that ain't gonna turn into a good situation. You gotta think about that, Miss Lady. You going through it with your second husband, but your first husband said he gonna be there for you. Like, think about this, honey, right? You and your first husband broke up for a reason. Y'all got divorced for a reason, right? Y'all got divorced for a reason. That's number one. Number two, you going through it with your second husband, and now you're talking to your first husband. Your second husband gonna be home in a couple of months. You don't see how you about to be in a triangle orphans? That's a recipe for disaster right there. That's a recipe for disaster, you know? But so yeah, this is This is what we doing. We gonna start being live back at 10 p.m. again. If I'm not going to be live at 10 p.m., I'm gonna let y'all know. Man, make sure y'all check out them other videos, the motivational videos that I be doing in shorts. And I got the Kicking It with Uncle Tyrone series jumping off. So I'm gonna get a little bit more active in terms of, you know, in terms of the information. But yeah, Tyrone, I hope you figure that out. And Miss Honey, we gotta work that out. Cause if your first husband, if your second husband gonna be home in 6 months, and you talking to your first husband, uh, and he know you still married, but he's saying he gonna be there for you. A lot of times that be he just probably want, you know, he just probably want to cuddle next to you. He just using that as an opportunity to get next to you. But keep in mind the fact that you broke up with your first husband for a reason. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you know. And the moral of the story is Denise and Shirley. Nah. Yeah, like Wavy, speak to him. You understand? Speak to him. That's your boy. Speak to him, and cause he like you going through your little thing that you going through right now, and he going through it because he thinking he about to have a baby. But you gotta let him know, like, before he like crash out or try to go too crazy or be trying to do too much, with his ex, like, he's not gonna find out if that baby is his until that baby is born. And if it's his ex, why all of a sudden she popping up talking about she pregnant? Was she saying that because she down bad, she doing bad, and she needs somebody to help her buy the little pregnancy clothes, and somebody that's gonna help her buy some of the stuff that she need for the baby? Like, what's the situation? You know? He can't jump out the window because every day, I don't know if you watch Maury. I used to watch Maury and Dr. Phil and what's that other judge show? I be watching them shows, and these females be popping up talking about they pregnant by somebody, and then you find out 10 years later that the baby ain't yours because they was dealing with somebody else. That's not always the case, but tell him to be mindful. He's still young. Don't crash out and go crazy. You know, don't crash out and go crazy. He don't know if the baby his yet, and he got to think about why he broke up with Shorty in the first place. Why he broke up with her. And I thought y'all was gonna put y'all heads together, man, and you know, really be doing something for real. Tay, that's your money, man. And if Tay was gonna backdoor you, this is my personal opinion. If Tay was gonna backdoor you, he got so many opportunities to do that. Cause wasn't you staying with him? You told me you were staying with Tay. So why would he backdoor you and he lived with you? I mean, why would he backdoor you and you was living with him? No. Yeah, but y'all friendship shouldn't fall apart because he brought up a baby. You should have told him, like, yo, listen, bruh, man, no matter what, you know what I'm saying? If I could do anything to help you when the baby is born, I got you. To let him know that he got somebody in his corner. And then y'all get on y'all A game and go about trying to figure out, okay, how y'all gonna stack them coins. How y'all gonna secure that bag? I gave y'all the I try to give y'all the blueprint. Yeah, of course he gonna lie because y'all still young. Y'all still tender dick. Y'all still get emotional, you know what I'm saying, over females and stuff like that. And sometimes it's not what we say, it's how we say it. So he probably got offended, you know? He probably got offended, which is okay and which is normal. Because sometimes as males, we could get emotional too, you know? But you ain't have to say she was probably lying to him. You could have told him, well, listen, I got you, my boy. Whatever it is I could do, I'm there for you. You feel what I'm saying? And when she had a baby, let's go get that DNA test and, to make it official. And that's that. And see, that's what it is with you, Ty. Sometimes the way that you talk, or the way that you say things to people, it's like the way you deliver your message sometimes, you know? So maybe you could work on that a little bit. But I was telling you and Tay before, look, listen to me, Brody. Listen to me, right? Ty, you 15 or you 16? How old are you again? You 15 or you 16? I think Tay is 15. You 16. And how old is Tay? Is Tay 16 or Tay still 15? Is Tay 15 or is he 16? He turned 16 2 weeks ago. All right, good money. Yo, follow me. Listen, follow me on the gram. Follow me on the gram. So then I could chop it up with you and Tay. Y'all could FaceTime me. I could, you know what I'm saying? Follow me on the gram. It's the Hunter Tyrone. DAHUNTER_Tyrone. And the link is right here on my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So follow me so I can kick it with y'all. But listen to me, bro. And I try to give y'all this example before. It's gonna take some discipline and it's gonna take y'all, wanting to do something better, but y'all definitely could pull this off. I'm gonna give you the scenario that I told you before. I know y'all like the streets and you know, I know what type of time a lot of y'all young dudes is on right now, but what you gotta keep in mind is you 16, you didn't even get an opportunity to start living life, yet. And you talking about is dudes threatening your moms, you got hit up in the beginning of the year, you almost died, you going to school, like you feel it like the direction that you're going in right now, you really going nowhere fast. And if Tay about to have a baby, if he ain't got no real source of income coming in and everything he got coming in, he gambling and he doing drugs, then by the time that baby coming, if that baby is his, he gonna either go out there and throw a brick or he gonna do something crazy to get to a bag and then he gonna be sitting in jail and that baby is gonna grow up without him. I need you to follow me on Instagram. So in this way, you know what I'm saying, I could talk to y'all and I could video chat y'all. I could FaceTime y'all. But look, I'm gonna give you the game plan that I told you before. And this is just something right, but I want to talk to both of y'all because I want to help y'all, bro. I want to help y'all. Listen, remember the scenario that I told you before. I'm going to tell you it again. Look, you go to any fast food restaurant. Don't go to the one in your neighborhood that everybody going to. Try to go to a one in another area where y'all don't have no ops, right? Try to get a job. You and Tay. I'm gonna give you the math. I'm gonna run it down to you because 6 months to a year, both of y'all could be straight. Try to get a job right now. Most jobs is paying a minimum $16 an hour, and y'all both old enough to work. So if both of y'all get a job where y'all making $16 an hour, right? It's 40 hours in a week. I'm gonna just give you some math. It's gonna be a slow grind. Well, it really ain't gonna be a slow grind because you know what I'm saying, y'all both got a roof over your head. So if you making $16 an hour times 40 hours a week, right? When you do the math, 16 times 40, that equals $640 for the week. So if you making 640 a week and Tay is making 640 a week, that's $1,280 in 1 week. That's if y'all grinding together. That's $1,280 for 1 week. Now look at this. Look at this. 1,280 times 4 weeks in a month. That's $2,560. That if y'all just get a basic job making $16 an hour, you're gonna make $640 a week. Well, they gotta take out taxes. So out of $640, let's say you bring home $500 for the week, working 40 hours. He bring home $500. So that's $1,000 a week. In 1 month, that's $4,000. In 1 month, that's $4,000. If y'all grind it out together and y'all bring in $4,000 a month, y'all could get your own spot. And y'all could be able to pay bills. But in order to do this, you gotta be willing to sacrifice something. You gotta get off the street time. Look, Tay, think about everything, because I don't know everything, right? But you yourself, think about everything that you're going through in the streets. Think about everything that you went through in the streets in the past 2 years. You yourself, ask yourself, did you experience more wins or you experience more losses? Right? That's what I want you to ask yourself. Did you experience more wins or you experience more losses? Based on what you explained to me so far, you didn't experience a lot of losses. It's not really benefiting you to play the streets. Of course you built for it, but it's not benefiting you. What are you getting out of it? This is what you got to ask yourself. If the wins and the losses don't make sense, ask yourself, what are you benefiting from being in the streets? You're not benefiting nothing. You're not benefiting nothing. So what are you doing? But wasting time and putting your life in danger. What else are you doing? That's not working for you. Try something else. If you're trying to ride a bike and you keep falling and you keep scraping up your elbows and you keep scraping up your knees and you keep hurting yourself, that means riding a bike is not for you. It don't matter what your heart say. It don't matter what your mind say. What does reality say? Yeah, but it's what kind of hustle you doing? You could go to Todd, you could go to school and you could work a job. I understand y'all young dudes, y'all don't want to work. Y'all want to, play the block and y'all want to, get money another way. Like that don't last. It doesn't last. I can give you a list, right? I can give you a list of gangsters right now. I can give you at least 10. At least 10 gangsters that you could look up. We talking about some of the richest, some of the most feared, some that hustled the most, that had all of this money. And all of them have the same story in common: death or jail. Even if you decide to hustle in the streets, you got to keep in mind what comes with hustling. What comes with hustling is death or jail. So if you're fortunate enough to have to go to jail and sit down for a couple of years, when you come home, you're going to have to get a job. If you don't got no education, you're not going to get a good job. So before you start wasting time throwing your life down the drain, do something now to fix it. Because once you get felony convictions, a lot of jobs you're not going to be able to work. You're not going to be able to go into certain careers when you get older if you have felonies. That's the surefire way to throw your life down the drain. Because you see me, I'm 47 years old. After source, I went to jail when I was 17. I came home when I was 32. Went to jail at 17, came home at 32. But now, mind you, before that, I started running around in the streets 8, 9 years old. So I was home 8 years old and 9 years old. By the time I hit 10, I was in youth facilities. I was in youth facilities and youth prisons from the time I was 10 up until I was like 16. Then 17, I went to jail and served all that time. So now at the age that I'm at now, it's certain jobs I can't get because I got felony convictions. I didn't go and get a college education. So now I'm either gonna work at my age, and I got kids at my age, I'm either gonna work a job that I'm barely gonna make enough to get by, or I gotta create my own opportunities. You don't want to be me. You don't want to be you don't want to be like none of the other me's that's out there. Older dudes that spent most of their life in the streets and spent so much time in prison and come out here now and trying to figure it out. You don't want to be in that predicament, and you don't have to. You don't have to. Right now, the biggest flex is being legit. That's the biggest flex. All right. I respect how you feel. I respect how you coming. You know. Only thing I could do is tell you my experiences. I ain't gonna, you say you gonna be good, you gonna be good. I wish you the best. But like I said, you can hit me on the gram. You know what I mean? So I could lock you in, and I could chop it up with you. And hopefully everything work out. But them streets, trust me. I wish if I could go back, I would change. I would change a whole lot of things. And don't get me wrong, I'm decent right now. I'm decent right now, but I wasted a whole lot of time. A whole lot of time. Thought I knew it all. Didn't want to listen to nobody. No. But we all got to learn our way. And as always, Wavy, you my boy, man. It's always a pleasure having you in the building. I always, I always look forward to you being in the building, you know. Yeah, but that's not the attitude. That's not the attitude to take. Listen, Ta, if you're gonna fail, if you're gonna fail, right? Then that means you gotta repeat the grade over. The only reason you're not gonna pass is because you haven't been putting in the work and the effort. If you want to pass, they not just gonna give it to you. You got to earn that, my boy. So if it's gonna take you getting left back a grade for you to put your head on straight, that's what you're gonna have to do. That's what you're gonna have to do. How many times you didn't how many times you didn't slipped and tripped and bump your head in the streets? You ain't say you giving up the streets yet. You ain't passed the streets yet, so you ain't giving the streets up. So at least give yourself the opportunity. If you're gonna fail, then you gotta repeat the grade over, and that's what you gotta do. But you gotta apply yourself. You gotta lock in. But locking into the streets, that's not the solution. Because nobody win the streets. Nah, you to an extent, I agree with you. The streets of school is completely different. I agree with you. But in the long run and in the bigger scheme of things, you'll get more out of life by going to school. You'll get more out of life by going to school than playing in the streets. School don't make you make money unless you play the long game. You okay. Let me answer this. Let me answer this for you, right? Okay. You 16 years old, right? If you live if you live until you 60 years old, right now you 16 years old. Let's do my age. You 16. I'm 47. How many years older than you am I? You 16 and I'm 47. So how many years older than you am I? How many years do I got on you? Do the math. I'm 47, you 16. I'm going to show you something real quick. Tell me how many years older than you am I? How many years I got over you? 31, right? So for you to reach my age, you just said school is the long range game and you don't got time for that, right? Okay. For you to reach my age, which is 37, I'm not even that old. For you to reach my age, you don't think 31 years is the long game? For you to live another 31 years, that's a long time, Tyrone. That's almost double your age right now. So yes, Life is a long game. Life is a marathon. It's not a sprint, babe, bro. And this is where a lot of y'all young guys go wrong, because y'all thinking life is a sprint when it's a marathon. For you to reach my age, you got to live 31 years. So which means if you want to reach my age, you got to start planning now. You got to start working now to what you're going to be when you my age. That's the long game. Life is a long game. If you think in the streets is your solution, you could get off this live right now and you could go do something in the streets and you probably won't be alive in the morning. You probably won't wake up in your house in the morning. You probably wake up in the precinct in the morning for a move that you could make tonight. That's short term. That's short term. Now do one more for me, Tyrone. Do one more for me. Give me the name of a gangster that you look up to, or that you like, that you heard about. Give me one. Somebody that's well known, because we all got movies. People got rappers and artists and stuff that they look up to. Give me one gangster that you heard of, that you look up to. Give me one. Because we already know right now, okay, you look up to Rich Homie Quan. May Rich Homie Quan rest in peace. May Rich Homie Quan rest in peace, right? I liked Rich Homie Quan as an artist. Rich Homie Quan was smart. He wasn't a gangster. He was not a gangster. He was just good at doing music. But look at how Rich Homie Quan passed away, doing drugs. He passed away doing drugs. Who else passed away doing drugs? Rich Homie Quan. What's Pooh Shiesty cousin name from Memphis? Scar, right? Scar died of an overdose. That's Pooh Shiesty cousin. Scar died of an overdose. Juice WRLD died of an overdose. Who else? I mean, and the list goes on. So many rappers and famous people done died from drug overdoses, but people still want to do drugs. How does that make sense? Because in going to school teaches you common sense, how to think, how to rationalize. And I would look at it like, okay, if the people that I look up to and some of the most famous people I know died from drug overdoses, I wouldn't do drugs. My father was a drug addict. He died from shooting heroin when I was 10 years old. My father died 10 years old. He caught HIV from shooting needles. He died. My mother was doing drugs for most of my life. I don't do no drugs. I never did. I don't even smoke loud. I don't weed, pip, whatever you want to call it. I don't even smoke. I don't smoke that. I don't smoke cigarettes. I drink on occasion. I drink on occasion and not getting pissy. That's little something here and there. Because I see what drugs did to so many people that was close to me. So I don't do drugs. When I look and see all of these young dudes that, that's running the streets, and how look at what's been going on in the news. If you can, look at what's been going on in the news in New York in the past week. How many people got shot and killed in the past week in New York? And I know it's probably the same thing where you from. You could look at the news in your area. You lose more in the streets than you ever will. Look at what happens, right? And I'm about to get out of here in a few, and we definitely gonna be back live tomorrow. But I just want to share this with you before I go. Look, growing up, all of the you ever heard of DJ Self? Tyrone, DJ Self, he's a DJ from New York. He's the one that brought Cardi B out, that he made her famous. You ever heard of DJ Self? But in any event, growing up, all of the dope boys, the stick up kids and stuff like that. DJ Self is from my projects. So where me and so many other people that I know, we was running the streets, DJ Self decided to go to school. He was from a good family, decided to go to school, get his education, and become a DJ. Right? Now, all of the tough dudes and the gangsters and, the rich dudes from way back then, none of them are even heard of right now. Because DJ Self took a different route, look how he living life. He partying with the stars and the celebrities. And then I'm going to tell you another thing that happens. The dudes that focus on school and the dudes that, get them a job, so that they could keep some money in their pocket, people that's in the streets look at them as lame. But then you go to prison and you do some time, these dudes be the ones that smashing the girls that you used to deal with. These be the ones that now when you get older and you got to go get a job, these be the ones that's interviewing you for a job, or they own the company. The ones that we think is lame. Let me give you another one. I'm sure you heard of the car companies, Rolls-Royce, Lamborghini, Mercedes, Porsche. I'm sure you heard of these cars, right? Just imagine if the people that made those cars, just imagine if those people decided to run the streets, those cars would have never been made. Think about the clothes that you like to wear. The Gucci, the Louis Vuitton, the Christian Dior, the Hermes, Jordans, think about all of the clothes that you and your homies like to wear. What if the people that made those clothes, what if they decided that they was gonna go to the streets, or they was gonna try to get money in the streets instead of taking the time and grinding it out and building them companies? We wouldn't have those clothes. They had to go to school to get an education, to learn how to do math, to learn how to do measurements, to learn how to run a business, Tyrone. They had to go to school to learn this stuff. They didn't learn that in the streets. Even where you live at right now, the people that built your house or your apartment or your building, imagine if they decided that they was going to stay in the streets instead of learn a trade. It would be no buildings. It would be no houses. Think about your favorite restaurant. Think about the places that you like to go eat. Imagine if all of the workers that work in those establishments decided that they was going to hang out in the streets instead of going to work. There would be nobody to serve the food. And I'm gonna give you this last one, and then I'm gonna get off live, because I'm gonna give you this last one, and then I'm gonna get off live, right? When I caught my case, which sent me to jail for 15 years, right? I was with my girl at the time. And I told her, I'll be right back. I ain't come right back. I went to jail to do 15 years. Let me say that one more time. The day that I caught the case that sent me to jail, I was with my girl and I told her, I'll be right back. I ain't come back until 15 years later. That's my peace. I understand you young and, you feel like you got to make moves right now, and, you got stuff that you need to do right now. What you need to do is slow down and come up with a winning game plan. But hit me on Instagram. The link is right here on my YouTube page. Hit me on Instagram and send me a DM so we can chop it up, so we don't lose contact. And we could have more conversation and get some things figured out. You at a young age, babe, bro, you done been through a lot, just from the things that you shared with me so far. You done been through a lot, and you still here for a reason. Remember, we was having a conversation when you was telling me about how you got hit up and you almost died, and I was like, yo, the reason why you didn't pass away is because you here for a real reason. So you got to think about it. If the man upstairs spared your life, that means he gave you another opportunity. God didn't give you another opportunity for you to be doing the same thing or different things to jeopardize your life, little homie. See, when you get a chance and when you get an opportunity, you get a chance and an opportunity so you could do something different, not the same thing. You got shot up and you almost died. So God gave you another opportunity, and the doctors patched you up, saved your life, because it takes them and them doing the surgery to stop the bleeding and to do all of that. So you mean to tell me God gave you another opportunity and the doctors made sure that you made it through that operating room? You got all your limbs, you got all your faculties, you able to run, move, talk, and do all of these things. But you feel that you still need to do certain things right now that could put you back in that same predicament. So God just gave you an opportunity and the doctors saved you for what reason? You don't feel like you owe it to yourself and your mother and other people that care about you to do something to better yourself and to better your life? If you can't find it within your heart to do it for yourself, do it for the people that care about you. Don't take your life for granted. Forget my story. Forget any other the other stories that you heard. Forget some of the things that you even experienced. Because what I realize is that for a lot of people, them seeing it and them living it and them experiencing it every day, it still don't set into their head. They still don't get it. Why? I don't know. But I want you to think about that tonight. Think about what I just said. Pain is a part of life that we all feel. See, that's what life is about. We're going to experience some pain. We're going to experience some ups and downs. You have to continue to go in search of the thing that's going to bring you healing. That's what you have to find. And you came a part of this channel and I met you. I'm somebody that been through what you've been through. Been through way more than what you've been through because I'm older. I didn't know back then how to get through it. I didn't know back then how to navigate. I didn't know. So I had to learn everything the hard way. If you just rock with me, I'm not gonna steer you wrong. I'm not gonna tell you nothing wrong. I'm gonna show you how to win. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the effort. But I'm going to show you how to win. Why I'm going to show you how to win? Because I want you to win. I don't want nothing in return. If I can help one person win before I leave this earth, I did a good job. That's my goal. I want to help people win. That's what I dedicate my life to. You 16 years old. You still have so much life ahead of you. So if you got to struggle, think about it like this. If you got to struggle and go through things for the next 4 years, you only going to be 20. You still going to be 17 years, yep, 27 years younger than me. You still going to be 27 years younger than me. Don't look at the amount of time that it's going to take you. Focus on making it happen. It's not how long it's going to take. It's so long it's gonna take. Trust me when I tell you. 4 years in it, even if you go to the streets or if you stay in the streets, if you make $1 million, you're not gonna make that in one day. You're not gonna make that in 1 week. It ain't even no money like that in the streets no more, homeboy. The only way you gonna get it is taking it from somebody else. And times are so hard right now, you try to take it from somebody else, they gonna try to take your head off. Send me a DM, my boy. Send me a DM. I'm give you the blueprint. I'm gonna give you the blueprint. I'm not gonna tell you it's gonna be easy, but I'm gonna tell you it's gonna be worth it. What you got? What you got to lose? You don't got nothing to lose. You tried some other things that didn't work. Let me help you. Because at my age and the things that I know, the things that I could teach you, you'll be light years ahead of everybody that's in your age group. You'll be light years ahead of everybody. No, I'm talking about you don't got nothing to lose by letting me help you. That's what I'm saying. You don't got nothing to lose by letting me help you. Give me give me 90 days. Give me 90 days. All right, hit me on my Instagram. Remember, it's D as in dog, DAHUNTER_Tyrone. Same name as yours. Hit me on send me a DM and I'll chop it up with you later on. Because right now it's after 12 o'clock. So I'll chop it up with you later on. Let's come up, let's come up with this winning game plan, man. It ain't over. Don't think that it's over. Don't think that it's ugly because you really ain't even start living for real. You ain't start living yet. You just so happen to be kind of caught up in what type of time it is right now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of what you experiencing, a lot of what you're going through right now, that's what young kids all over America is going through. But the one thing that every kid in America don't got is somebody that wants to help them. So holla at me. Or if you ain't gonna holla at me, throw a dial at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one going through it right now. I don't got no teeth. Look, Google, go to your phone and Google how much it costs to get implants. That's my problem. That's gonna be my issue. That's a bag we talking about. You know what I'm saying? So the same way you got things to figure out, I got things to figure out too. You know? And Sweet Like Honey gonna invite us to her third wedding. You know what I'm saying? Sweet Like Honey gonna invite us to her third wedding. Look, Tyrone, whatever you going through in life, it ain't worse than what I'm dealing with. Look, I ain't got no teeth, my boy. I ain't got no teeth. But best believe I'm gonna get some though, because you know that's what I need to succeed. You know, when you when you out here in these streets and you trying to bag one of them shorties, you know what I'm saying, and you open your mouth and you like this, nobody don't even want to talk to me, man. I'm going through it. But I you know, I gotta thug it out. You know what I'm saying? I gotta thug it out and I gotta make it do what it do. And it's gonna be all right. Because that's what faith is about, right? That's what hope is about. You know, that's why it in the I know I told you I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna go right now. But I just really need to leave you with this right here. Think about what I was saying. Think about what I was saying, Tyrone, and then think about this too, right? So in the Bible, it says, in the Bible, God says, all we need is faith. All we need is to have faith the size of a mustard seed, and we would be good, right? Now, a mustard seed is a mustard seed is smaller than, you see, like the sunflower seeds, and they got that little seed inside the shell. A mustard seed is smaller than that. So in the Bible, it says all we need is faith the size of a mustard seed. And like he would move mountains for us. So this pen, if you look at this tip, let's say the mustard seed is like a piece of this tip. What that means, in other words, is that most people don't have faith. If you only need faith this small and God is going to do the work, that means most people don't got no faith. Most people don't. They don't have no faith. You know? I was your age. And what I thought is like, man, I got today. I don't care about tomorrow. Now look at me. I'm 47 years old. Now I got no choice but to care about now. I'm it's look, it's so much technology out there right now. It's so much hustle out there right now. It's so much jobs out there right now. This is the easiest time to win. Trust me when I tell you. Don't let the streets trick you into believing that that's where the action is at. Because the only thing y'all really doing in the streets for real is getting high, smashing. You understand what I'm saying? Chilling on the block, going op shopping, and going to buy clothes and playing video games. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all not really doing a lot, you know? But I'm about to get up out of here. Oh, 47, 30. Nah, I'm 47. I'm the big, I'm pushing 50. My 50th birthday is gonna be epic. I'm inviting everybody. And honey, hit my DM too, because you know I'm gonna be on live, but I want to stay in contact. I want to stay in contact with you know the folks. I got me and Tom, we spoke on FaceTime the other day for a nice little minute. But we gotta stay in contact. We gotta get Denise back in motion, Shirley back in motion. You know, we gotta keep the peoples together, you know. So y'all be good. Um, oh, you don't have social media. Okay, that's cool. But you know, you could get my messages. You could get my messages on here. So we good. Um, yeah, man, Wavy, you take it easy, my boy. Honey, take it easy. We gonna be back live tomorrow at 10. This is the first time we just getting back. But we here, we ain't going nowhere. And hopefully when y'all see me tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, I grew at least one tooth. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully when I go to sleep tonight, you know what I'm saying, I wake up in the morning and I have one tooth. Yeah, I got email. My email is there. Yeah, no question, Tyrone. Um and I'm gonna do more than advice, because I was young one time, I was young one time, and I know what it's like to be young, and that I had a saying, right? I don't know if y'all use this. Yeah, email me. I don't know if y'all use this, right? But I used to have a saying, or we used to have a saying in my neighborhood, and the saying we used was "Don't talk me to death." I don't know if y'all use that saying, or I don't know if you ever heard of it, but the saying that we used to use is "Don't talk me to death." So what that saying means is I can't do nothing with your words. I can't do nothing with your talking, because talking is not going to change what it is that I'm going through right now. So I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to invest the time. You get what I'm saying? Just give me 90 days. Give me 90 days of us chopping it up, right? And putting some things together. And if it don't make no sense for you, then go back to doing whatever it is you was doing. But give me 90 days. That's all I ask. Stay in contact with me for 90 days. And I'm gonna put actions behind my words, because I want you to be successful. And like I told you before, you came into this live, and you came into this vibe that we have for a reason. And every time I turn around, it's no matter what it is that you're going through in life, you always find a way to pop up in the building. Homie, that's for a real reason. I'm trying to tell you. I know you got Instagram. That's the easiest way. You got Instagram. Hit me in my DM. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be able to chop it up. You need prayer, honey? Okay, I'm a pray for you, man. I'm a pray that you work through your circumstances. And I want to say to you, honey, look, a lot of times, um, we don't realize when we putting ourselves in certain predicaments, right? And you have somebody that you married to right now, even though y'all not on good terms, and you saying that you're gonna get a divorce, you are in communication with your first husband. You understand? And now let's say if you and your first husband, y'all hit it off, and y'all back good, and now y'all talk about y'all gonna be in a relationship. Your second husband that's just about to come from jail, y'all didn't resolve y'all issues yet. So you think he gonna come home to being cool with you dealing with another man? No, that's gonna cause World War III. Trust me when I tell you. Men is out here taking people's lives over women that they care about. You can't, 13 years is not going to did 13 years is not going to disappear, and 13 years is not going to disappear in a matter of months. No, I understand he did you dirty. I get that. And by all means, you have every right to walk away and go ahead and live your life and do your life and be done with him. But I'm telling you how men think. I'm telling you how men think. And we talking about dudes from the street. So we're not talking about like regular men. We're talking about like dudes that be on timing. Pay attention to the news. Just this year in 2024 alone, pay attention to how many females lost their lives through domestic situations dealing with dudes because the dudes didn't want to let go. So, by all means, yes, move on. But what I'm saying is make sure that that's resolved. Make sure that y'all on the same page in terms of, all right, Tom, blessings, blessings. Um, we'll definitely be live again tomorrow, Tom. Enjoy your shift. It was a pleasure having you on the live, and we're gonna keep it going. Much blessings to you, bro. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Um, yeah, and you stay blessed too, Wavy. We gonna be back live tomorrow. Right. And look, sis, I'm not gonna tell you nothing wrong. Just make sure that you have things resolved with your first, with your second husband. Make sure that things are resolved, make sure that things are clear, and make sure that y'all finished and y'all done. Because in his mind, y'all not done yet. You understand? And you don't want to bring another man into the situation, because then if husband number two snap, you putting husband number one life in jeopardy, or whatever other guy you dealing with. This is what females don't understand, you know? And so this is why I'm right. So make sure that that's resolved first. Please don't bring another man in the equation when you dealing with trying to resolve that, because then the only thing gonna happen is them two men gonna go at each other. You understand? And ain't no telling how it's gonna play out. Seek to resolve that. And we gonna talk some more about it. We just living in a crazy world. We just living in a crazy world. Everybody is not like that, but you know just this year alone, all of the domestic situations that I saw play out in the news, I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Just in the past month, if you google if you google what's been going on in the past month, it's crazy. you know it's crazy. And it's nothing to be scared of. It's just, believe in God. I'm gonna pray for you. um Believe in God. And it's a way to, exactly. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Wavy. I appreciate that. Get get back in contact with your boy. Look, honey, he just saying that because it's like he don't want you to leave him. That's 13 years that y'all have invested. And sometimes people don't just want to, you know, just get rid of that right then and there. It may take him, it may take him a couple of months, to realize that it's like you don't want to be with him no more. But how you go about it is important, you know? How you go about it is important, because some guys is like they don't view situations the way females do, you know? Um I understand you feel that he played you, right? A lot of guys don't know how to be faithful, you know? That's why I wanted to spend some more time talking to you about this. Not so much that you go back with him, but that you have, you know, a little bit more understanding, because some guys is just they don't know how to be faithful, you know. It doesn't mean that they don't love the person that they're with. It just, you know, I can't, you know what I'm saying? It's so much. We're gonna follow up on the conversation. Um, but it's a lot. And you know, when you marry somebody, right? And you know, you take those vows and you say through thick and through thin and through whatever, you know what I'm saying? Um, you know, you just have to ask him. Ask him why. Whatever questions you want answered, ask him, you know? Ask him. And go from there. Jalen, hey, how you doing? Thank you for popping in and joining the live. We about to check out. We've been on live since 10. Um, if you want to join us, you know, you can pop back in tomorrow at 10 o'clock. It's a pleasure. It'll be a pleasure having you. The lives, it be lit, it be different. Um, I get it. I get it, honey. I get it. I definitely get it. You know, I definitely get it. But you know, we go figure it out, and I'm gonna catch you. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure you do have the evidence. You know, um, but we'll figure it out. You know, we'll talk more about it, and you know, everything in life happens for a reason, right? Everything in life happens for a reason, and you know, it's nothing in life that happens that we can't get through, you know. But it's the way we decide to move, and what we decide to do is what matters. How we decide to do it is what matters, you know. So I will catch you tomorrow at 10. Have a blessed evening. You know, I'ma definitely pray for you. Um, yeah, God may very well have a different path for you. You know, like I told you earlier, I'm all on board, and I'm all in agreement in terms of, you know, you feeling like, okay, you feel betrayed, and you know, you're gonna move on. I'm all for that. The only thing, you know, I'm saying is make sure that that situation is totally resolved, you know, before you bring another man in the picture, because a lot of times dudes get territorial, and then it'll be a situation with your new guy. They coming into equation, not realizing that, okay, things is not fully resolved, and they could get injured, or they could injure, you know what I mean, somebody else, and it just a crazy situation. Yeah, and they're gonna be the third husband. The third husband could be a combination of the third husband is, okay, he was the first husband, then you had a second husband, and then you go back to the first husband and make it a third. Crazy. Whoa. But you have a blessed evening. I'ma pray for you. I'ma keep you in my thoughts, and I'll definitely see you tomorrow. Wavy Tyrone, shout it out. I'll definitely we definitely be on live again tomorrow, and stay in contact. Anybody else on the live, you know, be blessed. Um, Miss Sweet Like Honey inviting everybody on the live to a wedding, and that's what it's gonna be. We gonna have a YouTube wedding, um, for, you know, for Miss Sweet Like Honey, and yeah. But good night, sis. Be blessed. Appreciate you popping out. Thank you for popping out. Wavy, be easy. And everybody else join the live, man. It was a pleasure. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Tyrone Hunter, aka Uncle Tyrone. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, man. Check out some of my other videos. I got a lot of motivation, um, and that's what we gonna do. We gonna keep motivating, um, and you know, everybody have a blessed evening. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Tyrone Hunter, we out of here.